he's shown us the opposite. And I dare to say that he plays much better than some young guys.
Yeah.
That's not controversial in my mind. That is dead on. He brings a lot more than Kubo, in my opinion. He brings more than Manotas, in my opinion. He brings more than... I think Winger brings it on the defensive side, but he's not as creative, so he's, in my book, better than Winger. It's intangibles. He's got all of those. So much. He's mature, he's smart, and a good. One reason why he's brought in is because while Wilmer Rivera was at Colorado, at the same time when Vicente Sanchez was there, so he knows what he's got. It's a known product for him, and it was a smart decision to bring him in.
Stormy. No, we had issues with our YouTube show, so for some reason it was getting an echo back, so I had to fix it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But if we could hold off for like...
Oh, you'll have the camera like way out here.
Welcome, Josh.
Well, while we'll get Josh set up, we'll talk a little more. So, if we've got 3 minutes till we have to go to break. If you had to put a defining moment on the season to get us to here, what would it be for you?
You know, I think it's how they responded after the little Harvey slump. Post-Harvey, we were at top of the league, and then we started just losing games or drawing games that we shouldn't have. And we come back, and we respond, and we got hot at the right time. And I'm not sure exactly. I guess it was really Tomas Martinez adapting, putting in Vicente Sanchez more. And those decisions propelled us back into a playoff position. We were on the outside, looking in.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, everyone.
How's traffic?
I'm Josh. Welcome to the edition of the Peel. It can officially start now.
So,
Traffic was terrible.
it's only
It's
going to
absolute.
That's why I left work early. If you ask me, I feel that the defining moment of what led us to here was that 0-0 tie at Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that point on the road was so necessary in order to even think about entering the playoffs, especially after that 3-3 tie we had against Los Angeles Galaxy, where we were losing and we ended up tying almost to the end of the game. The morale was kind of low with the fans. They're like, we tied we lost points against the worst team in the league. We lost points against we lost against Colorado here. Was it Colorado?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So I had a little bit of a doubt after that, but that heart that they put against SKC and also against NYCFC over there in Connecticut, I think that was the determining factor. That was what turned the morale around for these players heading to playoffs.
I want to continue that thought because another one was how they were able to somehow draw the LA Galaxy in one of the most ridiculous games I've ever seen.
Yeah. I don't even... They should have won that game.
Well, they should have won the game. I mean, you can make an argument that they should have won the game.
We should have won a few games. But
Yeah.
I'm just... That game was absolutely bizarre, and the fact that they were just able to somehow come back and tie that game is just... That's hard.
I mean, it was so crucial. It's kind of going back to what Edson was saying about the crucial moment that led us here. It really was the Tyler Derrick save. If you think about that save, that sacrifice, or that saves a point for us. It just ended up vaulting us above them, hosting us in the first round. I guarantee you, if we went to Sporting Kansas and they hosted us, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation right now.
I totally agree with you on
So
that.
it's massive right now, and honestly, it's kind of the heart of this team and what they're kind of forming to be. It's like this, I don't know, it's completely different from what it was before Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah.
I disagree. We would have won it at Children's Mercy Park.
You think so?
In stoppage time.
I like the positive thinking there.
I know I was talking to you prior. How are you feeling right now? Because I know what you were saying earlier.
Mixed emotions. So nervous, pumped, excited, stoked, happy. I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Mainly nervous. I'm pretty damn nervous, to be
I don't know if
honest
I
with
can
you.
be nervous.
I'm nervous as hell. I'm always nervous heading
With the
to
way we
playoffs.
played against Portland on the road, I mean, yes, there was a now essentially a 2-week break in between all that. But I think with the way this team plays now, I'm not nervous here.
I mean, Seattle's beatable.
No, they're very beatable.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're beatable.
So
all time here, we're 5 wins, 0 losses, and 4
We've
draws.
never won here. But here's the thing, and this I think gets into why I'm a little apprehensive, but I'm also very confident at the same time. And that's they've never won here, but we've never won there. So I'm nervous that we won't take care of business here, because I know that I don't think we're going to lose this game, but we need to do it here tonight so that we can come in with some kind of edge going into Seattle, a place that we've never won in, a place that we have terrible luck, and also they have AstroTurf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mara plays well on AstroTurf, apparently.
I don't know that
Never.
AstroTurf thing is a topic in and of itself. You know that I would wish we would have a guest that has played professionally, has played in AstroTurf, professionally. Kind of explain to us why. I mean, we know the basics as to why it feels so different than natural grass, but in the eyes of a professional soccer player, why it makes that much of a difference, for a team to not be able to win.
With the AstroTurf going back, I mean, they did play really well on the AstroTurf against Portland, so I will give them that. I know that we don't normally do, but I mean, they played pretty damn decent. It's like we've kind of formed this defensive unit in the playoffs. I mean, Cinderos has been a phenomenal playoffs.
Yeah.
It's like, where the hell did this guy come from? Like.
18. Okay. Got about 2 more minutes. We'll take a break. I know I asked Derek what the defining moment. Who stands out to you to get us to where we're at? I mean, obviously there's a long list right now. I mean, but who if you had to say was the regular season MVP to get us to the playoffs? Yeah.
It's so hard to not say Albert Elias has been just phenomenal. But I think it's more than that, because it's different players playing well together. And when you have I think for the first half of the season, Alex was absolutely crucial for getting us to first place, where we were. And then he dropped off, and I don't think he's been playing well lately. But I think Vicente Sanchez, I'm going to keep saying his name, absolutely, by him being able to basically give Albert Elias less coverage. It opened things up for both Sanchez and Elias.
And you bring up multiple players too. It's like, comparing a lot of things from what Portland's saying. We were down 5 players and stuff, or all these people calling us underdogs heading into this because we don't have big name stars and stuff. It's not about that. I mean, it's about the chemistry, it's about a team. And our team is not just one 11 team that plays every game. I mean, good God, they go through their entire bench throughout this entire season, and no lineup's the same.
And I think, I think that's the problem with having, this whole DP thing, that so many teams rely too much on the big star DP signing that they forget about building a team around that DP. So that's why you have teams like LA Galaxy be where they're at.
So we do have to jump off break because we are on KTXF tonight. But when we get back, we will talk about this some more. We'll pick up this conversation, and then we'll get on to what needs to happen tonight to beat Seattle and who we have to watch out for. So we're down here at 8th Wonder. Be sure to catch us out here. Oh God, there's Seattle fans here. Let us go to break before we get in trouble for fighting on the air. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Andrew Wenger, and you're listening to The Peel.
Welcome back to the Peel. We're down here at 8th Wonder Brewery, and some Seattle fans just walked in. What the hell's wrong with that?
I was requested.
Friends of mine.
It doesn't.
I was requested
Be
by,
nice to
by,
them.
by
They're friends of
listeners
mine.
out here. Boo, boo, you Seattle, boo.
It doesn't matter if they're your friends or not. They're in enemy territory, and they can get booed just like everybody else in the city that's not a Dynamo fan.
Oh, I'm not saying don't boo them.
It's pretty embarrassing walking next to this guy.
She gets it. She gets it.
I have probably more Sounder friends than you guys, and boo Seattle. I don't care.
Does anybody know the line on the game?
Not yet. No.
No, I don't think they really see it.
So,
100 to 1 for Houston.
100 to 1 to Houston. So,
Is that good?
I don't know. I don't know soccer lines. I can tell you football lines all day. The other football, the American version.
Oh, you mean hand-egg?
Wait, was he asking for the lineup?
The line or the lineup? Probably the line. It's the betting line.
Oh, never mind.
But I couldn't tell you. So we're down here at 8th Wonder Brewery. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Peel05, Facebook, The Peel 2005. You can also check our website, thepeellive.com, as well as dynamotheory.com, where you can find Derek and all his articles, and Alicia and everybody else. Also, be sure to check out, we're on Stitcher now, and we're on KTXF Live tonight, DB The Real, part of the Texas Sports Review Network.
Woo, woo.
No, it's becoming a mouthful.
Woo, woo.
Whoa.
I'm just going to let you just say that from now on.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll start talking about the match tonight. What are your expectations? Obviously, I'm going to say obviously a win or a draw is your expectations, but I mean like individual efforts. What you really want to see specifically tonight to make you feel better about the match in Seattle.
Number one.
I want a lot of goals.
That,
From our side, preferably.
please.
Good.
No, but okay, but number one for me is that the defense and Joe Willis stay as solid as they have been in the like against Portland.
I completely agree with that. So much of the emphasis on this is what we're going to be needing to do on the offensive end, and we do need to take care of business there. But the same thing,
we need to shut down Clint Dempsey. Will Bruin's going to come back hungry, and we have to foul the living day out of Nicholas
yellow card
Lodero.
suspensions. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, we
we
have a lot of,
Nicholas Lodero, I just found out about this. He's been in the league, this is his second year?
Yeah.
He is the third most fouled player in MLS history.
Yeah.
That stat jumped out at me because of
And
how...
this is his first full season.
But that's because that's usually what happens to the more, I guess you could say, the talented player, or the ones that love to do a lot of, carrying the ball.
Yeah.
They're going to attract a lot of fouls.
But that is going to be up to Juan David Cabezas, which is his name we haven't said yet. I actually think he is going to be... He is my MVP. He's the underdog guy that has done all of the dirty work. Yeah, exactly. He does all the dirty work. He's going to have to get in. He's going to have to be physical with Lodero.
I think it's going to come down to both Eric Alexander and Cabezas stepping up to shut down Deuce and Nico Lodero.
The good thing is they can. They can afford a yellow card. So
We do have Ricardo Clark too.
Yes. So, but as I was prepping for tonight, Senderos, Clark, Machado, Kyoto, Elise, Alex, and Boniak are all on yellow card warning tonight. So,
Sean is here.
Traffic sucks.
Derek said you were doing the Ferris Bueller on the way here, hopping over fences.
No, I mean, it really goes to say, I think, our offense has got to get it done.
Yeah.
But I think the most crucial point for us is to keep them off the board. Because I know that you said that we haven't gone to Seattle and won, but who's to say we can't go in there with one draw?
Yeah.
And you know what? I know we talked about in the beginning of the show how MLS we have to have a team that has more of an offensive mindset. And what I'm going to say might be a contradiction to that, but the fact that number one, that we have not won over there, and number two, that we have away goals that can be against us. With that, that's why we need to be a little bit more defensive minded. Not losing obviously 100% our attacking power, but just enough that you got to keep the clean sheet here in Houston to try to avoid this whole away goals thing, and maybe over there in Seattle, try to get at least one.
I mean, the Dynamo have done some miraculous things in the playoff. You know, I mean, one of the crucial things is for me is 2013. We never won in New York. We went ahead and did that in extra time there.
So,
yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm bringing it past things, but I mean, it's possible. It is very possible.
let me ask Derek. Let me ask Derek because we're forced to go to break at the bottom of the hour, which is now. But let me go ahead and ask you your prediction for tonight on tonight's match.
2-0 Dynamo.
2-0 Dynamo. I like that.
I like it.
I know we had a real short segment, but because we are on KTXF, got to go to break at the bottom of the hour. And we'll get Sean set up. Derek, you can hang out if so. If not, we know you got real work to go do. Make sure you follow him at Dynamo Theory tonight on Twitter and from his personal account as well. I'll tweet that back out. Tonight, if you're not at the game, have your phone handy while you're watching the game. He'll give you a lot of good insight for being in the press box. But thank you again for coming in tonight, being on the Peel. When we get back, we will talk more about the Houston-Seattle match. Goal scorers, who we have to watch out for. Excuse me. And close this thing up. Kind of. We still have another hour. I don't know why I'm saying close this thing up. But we'll get Sean back on. And 2-minute break, and we'll be back.
Remick, you're listening to The Peel.
So that is what happens when you go and visit, fraternize with the enemy. You get booted off.
He is short.
I've been absorbed into the Peel.
So, fun fact, Derek's not going anywhere. We booted Edson off.
Well, we didn't boot him off.
Well,
he
booted
walked
him
away, and then I was like,
voted
hey.
off.
His torch
voted
has
off.
been...
He's voted off the island because he's talking to Seattle fans.
That's what you get when you fraternize with the enemy.
See? She gets it. She's been vocal all night, and I love it.
We finally have, like, people.
If you haven't married her yet, you need to.
Whoa. Hey now.
No pressure.
Putting him on the spot.
Oh, well, yeah. So first off, Sean, are you finally feeling 100%?
I am actually like 125% right now.
Good.
That's great to hear.
It doesn't work on this side. Yeah, no, fighting off congestion crap is the worst, and ear crap was the worst. And it's finally cleared up, and I can hear at both ears, and I hear well, and I can hear it starting to reverberate. Because I'm louder than it. It's such a quiet little man.
This is the health hour with Sean.
Well, you know.
So going into this,
If you ask Merrick Paulson, it's just like their team.
And also, we just had Toronto and Columbus kick off as well right now.
Apparently Justin's going to leave for a moment, so we're going to continue our show.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had starter predictions. He gave his prediction. I didn't hear yours. Did you get one?
I'm going to agree 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to get so much hate for this.
Oh no.
I know his reason behind it.
It's going to be 1-1.
Oh,
A
no.
1-1 draw. And here's why I say that. Number one, Seattle's going to... We're going to stop talking to the mics for a moment.
He's gonna break
Can you
everything.
turn down the master volume real quick? Yeah. Quickly, please. Anyway, so the reason I say 1-1 is really simple. Seattle's coming in, and they're going to push to get that away goal because they know how much an away goal means. And I just totally lost the mic almost entirely. Either that or my headset just died. Okay. So they're going to come in pushing for that away goal. I think we do get the first goal. But I think them pushing for that away goal is going to, I mean, it's going to set us up for the counter, don't get me wrong. But I also now know how sometimes we can be a little bit lackluster in finishing, and I just feel like tonight is going to be that night. But what that sets us up for is to really ruin their hopes and dreams in Seattle. And that's what I predict is going to happen.
So you are predicting down the long-term aggregate
So
score, we do get to the MLS Cup.
Correct. Actually, just so you know, I've actually predicted that result for, how many months are we going on right now? 3, 4, 5 months in a row. I've been predicting that result, MLS Cup for Dynamo.
Yeah, you pretty much said if we can get where we got in the seeding.
Third or fourth in the seeding.
As long as you have a positive,
Can't hear anything?
I turned it off.
It's unplugged.
Hashtag late. Alright, on the next break, I'm going to fix that. No, it's not you. It's him. Don't worry. It's always him. Blame Justin. But I've said if we can get third or fourth, I felt that it was set up perfectly for how we play. And here we are, Western Conference final, with the opportunity to prove me right again. And
I like
it's pretty
that.
fantastic.
is that all that matters on it? Damn it, Sean, to be right.
I was just going to say, you managed to turn this about you.
In this case, Sean, I hope you're right.
No, I mean,
Except that we win tonight.
As long as there was a positive outcome out of that 1-1.
correct. Whatever the result is, total, whether it's tonight or in Seattle or total, we're winning. That's what matters. We're winning.
And regardless of what happens with Seattle, this season has obviously been a huge turnaround and would be, looked at as a success.
Yes.
No question. And there's no hot seat for Cabrera. He's fun. He got us here from a position that was not even in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, and look at the difference that him leaving RGV made for them. So you take the two together and you see the full picture is that he means a lot not only to the Dynamo, but he means a lot to the Dynamo as an organization because he's shown that he is a difference maker himself. Now, we got a lot of players that have been difference makers as well, but the question that has to be asked is, would the same players, under a different coach, under, say, Junior Gonzalez, would they have had the same results? And I think the answer is no. We saw it at RGV. The answer is no.
Let's not underplay how important.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I unplugged it.
Well, I know that. Blame Justin, guys.
We'll
Blame
just have to
Justin.
speak really loud.
No, it was
I'll
fine.
yell, don't worry. I project. Yeah, I know you do.
We'll fix it at halftime, guys. Or at halftime? Yeah, we'll fix it at our next break. 5 minutes. All right.
So that was our predictions. We can finish our predictions.
Anywho, before that, since I'm going to go to Seattle for the game on Mr. Birthday.
I know.
You're turning 30. I love you, though. I brought you something.
December 1st, right?
What? Happy birthday.
I got beer.
Wait.
He didn't tell you. We've been in this together.
And it's orange.
And it's orange. He has a question.
So, say everything goes the way we want it, or it stays where we don't make the final.
Okay.
Fair enough. There's 3 players that I personally think that we should get rid of, or whether you agree with me or not.
Who are they? I want to hear. Who are they?
I think it's either, and I hate to say it,
No, feel free to say it.
Yeah, we have
Rico Clark,
Rico, okay.
DeMarcus Beasley,
Beasley, okay.
and Cooper Torres.
And Kubo Torres.
Okay. I think we all.
In the same token,
Yeah.
I also think, and I hate to say it, that Bonet Garcia is pretty much on his way out too.
Yeah.
I think Boney
And I
can.
wish he would stay and take over Rico's part and just be the captain, give him the captain band, and be that guy.
Absolutely.
And take over that spot.
You know, and the thing is so you're going to find this funny, but we actually don't disagree with you. At least I know I don't. We haven't disagreed with you. We've said the exact same things.
Every single one of those players, maybe kind of Boniak because he hasn't really been effective at all this year. He hasn't really played too much.
I will say Rico Clark shouldn't go. He should retire.
Well,
especially if they win the cup. Especially if they win the cup.
Him and DMB should probably both retire.
I don't know if DMB will retire. I think he'd go somewhere else. Like we talked LAFC and stuff like that.
I think Clark still has some good in him. He's definitely one of the more fit players on the team. He's one of the people that's first out at practice, one of the last to leave.
And he's a fantastic example for sure.
He's in incredible shape. And he still, I think, makes smart decisions. That being said,
he's not what he was 2 years ago.
He's definitely lost.
Phenomenal player.
Yeah, that's true. I think
he was like U.S. men's national team phenomenal player.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is too is if he is to stay, he needs to take some kind of a pay cut, just like Beasley did last or this year.
Yeah.
And I think I do agree with Beasley because I do think even though Beasley has a lot to give still, I think Beasley is at that point where he shouldn't be our starter anymore because Remick has proven that Remick is capable. Now I'll say this: we've had the same thing happen with Rico's position. Cabezas, Alexander has proven he can take Rico's spot in a heartbeat, and Tomas. Those are our starting three.
Yeah.
So as long as Rico is willing to take a sub role, which he has the second half of the season, or the later end of the season.
It's only the last 2 games, really.
Well, specifically, really more the playoff run than anything else. But if he's willing to do that, if he's okay with doing that, then I don't mind keeping him around at that pay cut level. But I do agree with you that he does bring a significant veteran presence in the right ways in terms of the example and things like that he
kind of off the field kind of things. I mean,
and showing the professional,
but
especially to our younger players, showing that professional mentality, that professional attitude. Go ahead, Derek.
And I want to add,
his leadership role will be needed next year, but not a 90-minute plan.
Oh, just like Vicente.
Yeah, that's right. And I want to add that one thing that when we were talking about Cabrera that makes him so effective is the fact that you never know what lineup you're going to get, and the ability to kind of throw in Clark or Alexander kind of mixes things up and makes them harder to predict on how they're going to play because they're similar players but slightly different. I think Rico likes to get the ball out wide a little faster. Alexander takes a little bit more time, but the passes usually go forward more. So it's
completely agree with that. That's fantastic.
I mean, it depends on who you're going to play, what's in Cabrera's mind, because I never know what lineup he's going to have. He's going to completely surprise us tonight.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. I'm ready to see that lineup because I'm curious to see who's starting.
I don't know if it's in his mind or if he has a magic 8-ball or what he's doing, but it's working.
It's working. Oh, no, absolutely 100% works. I don't think he gets credit for this enough, but he understands tactics at a level that most MLS coaches don't understand it. Some of that comes from his playing time. Some of that comes from playing in South America. Some of that comes from coaching the U.S. Under U.S. youth team. Some of that just comes from having coached in MLS previously. But there's a tactical mentality, a tactical genius to the way that he coaches and the way that he puts out these lineups that it just surprised me because it's not something I anticipated.
Since we're talking about lineups, what do y'all's possible lineup for tonight? What do y'all think?
Actually, wrote mine down.
I was in the car when I started thinking about it.
So I don't take a departure too much from where that way to go.
How long has that been?
Blame Butters, blame Justin. Oh Lord.
But mine is
This is why I don't touch any of the technical equipment.
I've got Willis, Anibaba, Machado, Senderos, Remick, Alexander and Cabezas as your mids, Kyoto, Martinez, Elise, and Manotas up top. I do not start Kubo tonight.
What were your mids again?
Alexander and Cabezas.
Okay.
The D-mids, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Kubo as the starter because when Manotas comes in, he's a young guy.
Yeah.
Just like fires through.
Yeah.
And the hold-up play from Kubo is always great. Pass it back.
I think the
I'm
difference
not
is
the biggest fan of Kubo, and Mexican-American, and I love when he played with Chivas. But
So I think
he lost a lot of his credentials from. I mean, yeah, he had a great first out of the season, but yeah, I'll get rid of him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so I think he will start. And one thing that I think that's
Mara or Kubo?
Kubo. But I think Mara's going to start in left wing. Kubo, what he's going to do in this game is get fouled in great positions. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what he's going to do the most. He might score, but that's what...
And I'm going to add that. I know Justin mentioned this earlier about the yellow card accumulation. Ramon Torres is on yellow card accumulation, and if Kubo is pushing him and constantly causing him to, and he will. Ramon is that type of player that he will, Roman will completely just, he will lose his cool, and he will foul him in a way that causes a yellow card.
It's going to be a massive.
And that is a huge loss for Seattle. So just you know, I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
Continue.
you know, that's something. Kubo, my one thing with him is he's going to need some contact. He can't be going down, because I've seen this in previous games. Is he goes down a little too easy, and then the ref on actual fouls says get up. You know, so he can't do it too much, but he's good enough at drawing contact for it, you know, to be a legitimate foul. He can't embellish way too much, go down too easy. Just play it the way he does.
That's not League
His
MX.
style.
I'm going to tell you guys one thing, man. I drove 6 hours from Brownsville, Texas to get here.
Yes.
Nice, man. Heck yeah, thanks for coming.
And I brought my son, I brought my 74-year-old mother.
Oh, goodness
With
gracious.
me, and she packed me a bar of soap, and I opened it, and it was an orange bar of soap.
Oh, nice.
And we went to my brother's house, and he had orange shampoo and an orange conditioner and an orange little scrubber. And I was driving, and behind me the entire time was a trailer with like lawnmower stuff, and it was orange.
Oh, we got the omens. The omens are out in full
The
force.
entire time I've been trying to get to this point, it has been orange.
See, Sean, they can't win one draw after this.
We don't win today.
I'll give it my prediction.
I'm baffled because it's our time.
Oh,
it is. Man, it's our time.
We had so much down crap in front of us. We should get at least to the final.
I'm sorry, MLS. Nobody wants to see another Seattle-Toronto MLS Cup final. They want to see the Dynamo versus the Columbus Crew in the MLS Cup final. I'm sorry, it's destiny right
That's
now.
what
Okay?
I'm about.
And that's
I already called it. It's Toronto
that-
Dynamo.
I think
Get out of here.
I think they won it.
Gio's not playing in this game. They can,
Yeah, I can see Columbus.
I'm staying at my buddy's house, and I pulled the blanket back, and the sheets were orange. And it's because his wife graduated from UT. And orange is orange.
Beggars can't choose.
No. All right. So we're gonna go to break. When we get back, we will.
Sean will have fixed the speaker.
Yes, which I think I found fixed.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good.
So when
Bad
we get
cable?
back, huh?
Bad cable.
No, longer. A bunch of everything. So yeah,
Pleasure,
when we
sir.
get back,
Thank you.
we'll pick up this conversation.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. Back in 2.
Yep.
Nothing. Great.
What? $22 more than what you paid, though. Oh, really?
Talk to your mic.
Testing. Yo. Can you hear me? No? Testing. La. Whoa. Hey, can y'all hear me now? Are we good? Are we rocking? Yeah? No? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
That has to be up.
Testing. Yo.
Alright, let me look at that next one.
Yo.
Well, that's not actually affecting it at all, so it doesn't matter.
Yo. Can y'all hear me out of it? I can't hear myself. Can y'all hear me? Yeah? Hey? Nay? Hey? Yo. Hey, yeah, tell your boy not to put the ball in the net on us this game, okay? And the next game, too. I should just tell him to get upfield. Just tell him to get upfield. No, I don't want to hear that. Just get upfield.
I don't know how loud that is.
You ruined it!
Gains, but that's okay.
Alright, let's go.
Holy crap, Derek.
Yo.
Yo.
I guess so. Dude drove like 6 hours to get here, he said, for this game.
Alright.
Are we, oh man.
Remick, you're listening to The Peel.
And we are back. We are back. Hey, I can, we're not feeding back. I'm like, no, I can hear it coming through the speaker now. Yay.
Okay, alright. Yes.
We have succeeded in appeasing the fans over here.
Yes.
The new ones. They're good. I turned those down, so those probably need to be turned back up.
Yeah.
Never trust you again with anything.
I don't know, dude.
Why were you trusting him before now?
No, honestly, it was.
I don't even know if mic's on. I can't even hear myself right now.
He already said your headphones are down.
My headphones, I just turned it up. Okay.
Duh. It's funny because like before Josh and Sean got here, everything was working good. Like there was no it's so weird, dude. Technology sucks.
It was before Josh got here. That's neither here nor there. Anyways, we need to continue. We've only got 90 minutes, and we're playing like we got 2 hours here. So chop, son. Chop. You got the notes up. I can't see them now that the laptop's in the way.
It's don't worry. I'll steer it.
Are we setting up Houston
I'm
and Seattle
waiting.
again?
That's what he says. Isn't it silly?
We just set them up.
He's so silly with his
So-
stuff.
Would you shut up and just follow along?
Now, to be fair, I did read his show notes and
now
I
hold
did
on.
agree.
Now, okay, so we got predictions tonight. Who's going to score?
Manotas.
Vicente, I think he comes on as a sub and scores.
That late?
I think it'll be about 75, 80 minutes, and then Seattle will score later than that. I think this game is going to suck before that, to be totally honest. All these fans, and it's going to be this like horribly physical affair that's just a slog fest between both teams.
Yeah, but if you go in there and like this is, from what I'm hearing, this is supposed to be the most packed out stadium we've ever had. Since we've had this thing open, which I didn't think that was possible. I thought we sold out the very first game here, but I didn't think that was possible. But honestly, man, if you get that much crowd behind you, I mean, who's to say this team doesn't just go
Well, no, I mean,
nuts?
there's always a propensity to do it, right? They've done it before, so it's not that they can't.
Yeah.
I know how Seattle is, and I know how they play, especially on the road, and I suspect we see a slugfest. And I do think Bruin scores that second, or their goal, which sucks. I'll still cheer for him, I'll be honest.
I'm happy.
I am too. You know, I said when he left that it was really good where he went was a perfect
Yeah,
fit
but
for
have
him in
y'all
the
been
right
seeing all the
situation.
Twitter stuff that he's been posting? All the articles that have been posted on Twitter, though?
See, I'm happy for him.
That's going to happen.
But be humble. But be humble.
Of course.
No, but okay, be humble about it, though. But I mean, be humble, just like the Dynamo, how humble they are to take an
Okay,
underdog.
but not
They don't
everybody's like
focus on
that. He got treated like shit when he was here.
Yes.
He did.
Well,
the fans
I
got on
don't
him.
think he got treated like
Yes,
shit.
he did.
I don't think he got treated
How
like
do you
shit.
figure?
People
The-
blamed him for the bad results.
Because he was on a breakaway and he completely shot
But
the ball out.
he's not that kind of player. He needs
He
to
doesn't doesn't do that with he doesn't play that way in Seattle either. That's the difference.
Well, that's the difference. But I think that if you're gonna be like that, be humble. Don't talk about it. Just do it.
Okay,
Just
no.
do it.
If you're playing against anybody, even if it's your former team and you left on a bad note, no.
Yes,
And not only
exactly.
that, but it's not like he. No. See, you're misunderstanding. It's not like he's sitting there seeking these quotes out, and he's being asked these questions, which are intentionally trying to frame it so that he says an answer that they can use and try to stir up something.
Exactly.
That's media.
And I'm gonna use
Derek,
it.
am I right? That's exactly what they
Okay.
do.
Yeah, media.
That things soured a little bit, right? So things were not super peachy between the organization. And for forwards, when you're playing in a defensive system where you're not getting the ball consistently, you're not happy. Forwards, and I say this because I am one for my indoor soccer team, Trill City FC.
Nice plug.
Trill City.
Yeah.
Are you really wearing a Trill City shirt? Oh, he is wearing a Trill City shirt. Oh, yes.
When you're not getting the ball, you're upset. And he very seldom got the ball in a defensive type of system. So it makes sense for things to sour a little bit. But again, I think that he's not down on the dynamo.
He's playing into the game too. I mean, how many times do you see it in the NFL? Like, these players aren't really hating each other. It's part of the show.
And there are some that hate each other.
Well,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
But I mean,
they hate each other.
but no, it's part
I mean,
of
we've
the
seen
guy
beat
got.
down.
I
We've seen
still
beatdowns on the field.
think that
It's kind of heat
Just
of the
be-
moment kind of thing.
Yeah,
But see,
but
he got-
honestly, man, it's okay. This team has proven a lot to me this year, and the fact of being humble is kind of along the line.
Okay,
of that.
but
It's
you're
like,
confusing the two. It's
do
two
it.
different franchises.
Here's the thing, though.
Do
Here's
it,
the thing, though. And I'm going to put in my 2 cents in regards to this. I prefer somebody that says things how they really feel rather than the typical politician style saying,
The
oh, well, I
diplomatic
respect,
response.
yeah.
So, but I'm gonna throw this out there because I've been out to practice a few times now. You get that same thing from Wilmer and the rest of the team.
Well,
It's very
dictated.
generic.
It's dictated to
And
him.
kind
to
of
be
it
that way.
is.
It
Since
is.
we're-
The Dynamo do a really
okay.
big job on that.
Since we're kind of on the topic of
Derek's over here like,
you know,
yes,
of
they do.
Will Bruin, talking about him. Do y'all ever think that maybe he could have fit into the Wilmer Cabrera style of not always guaranteed a spot on the team?
Not with the speed of this team, no.
No.
Why? He's not. Why? He's fast. He can be in the box.
He's okay.
He can
I'm
score in
gonna-
the box.
Kyoto, Elise, Kubo,
I
Morrow,
really
and
think
Vicente.
that a lot of
Vicente.
these teams, a lot of these players got comfortable because they always had a starting spot.
So
Morrow, Kyoto, Kubo, Elise, and Vicente are all faster
Martinez.
than him.
You forgot Martinez.
And Martinez.
Kubo's
Will
not faster
Bruin-
than him.
Okay,
Kubo
okay,
was not
we'll
faster.
take the speed out of that then, because I can guarantee you, Will Bruin had to fight for his position to play in Seattle, which is why he's performing better.
No, the reasons he's been starting is because of injuries. It's not that he had to fight
he's been
for
putting
it.
the ball in the net.
Yes, but he's gotten the starting role because of injuries.
I think he actually has more goals than Kubo now.
Now, here's the thing.
Well,
Here's the
Kubo
thing.
also went cold.
And we're
Fight
going
for his
back
position,
to the kind of tactics that we use is that we are more counterattacking style kind of play. And Bruin, I don't think he fits into the system because of his speed. He's not fast enough to go from defense to attack
Take our
quickly.
fast system out of it. I'm talking about starting positions, fighting for starting positions.
Yeah, but why are you going to put in a player that does not fit into your system? We've had it for...
Take our system out of it. I'm not talking about our system anymore. I'm talking about the whole factor of having to fight for your
The
starting
whole
position.
point of getting a player into your team is that if he fits into the system, if he doesn't fit into your system, he's just taking up a space in your
Thank
lineup.
you. Hold on.
Wait,
Derek has something to say.
I
know.
Two things. So what opened the door for Will Bruin, like we said, was injuries. Is Jordan Morris going down with lingering hamstring issues? That opened the door. That being said, he thrives in a system where he can just, where the ball's just, where the ball is just bouncing around. He'll put it in. It's sloppy, but it's efficient. He's the second leading scorer on the Seattle Sounders, even though he's not, getting consistent playing time. So that says something about the system that Will Bruin needs to succeed. Will he succeed in a system like Wilmer Cabrera's? I don't think so, because he's not a center forward and he's not a winger. He's a good secondary striker that needs either someone very quick next to him in a two-striker system or a true center forward to play off of. That's what he needs.
So he's basically Kubo, but cheaper. So what you're saying is he could have succeeded in this system as a Kubo-like player and been a lot cheaper So what we should have done is traded Kubo. No, I completely. That's what I'm saying though. If there are those that insist that Kubo is succeeding in this system because of his start to the season, you got something else to say?
No, I just could. Now, who would you want taking your free picks, Kubo or Wilbur?
Neither, to be honest with you. Kubo has not been very good lately as his free kicks. Give me Vicente, if anything.
Yeah.
Always Vicente.
Onward, Vicente. Vamos.
Go ahead, Edson.
I was just going back with this whole thing with taxes. There's so many examples in world soccer where, let's take Real Madrid, for example.
Let's not. No, you go.
With James Rodriguez. They got James Rodriguez because he was the emerging star of the Brazil 2014 World Cup. They took him. What did he do at Real Madrid? Almost nothing. Why? Because he did not fit into the system that Zidane was trying to implement. And that's why they sold him to Bayern Munich.
I got to cut you off there. Top of the hour. Another break. Got to go. But when we get back, we'll finish up this argument / conversation / debate / whatever.
I don't know. There's no debate over here.
Punches are not going to fly.
Okay, just because two agree. I mean, this is the problem with Congress, but we're going to leave this up.
Oh, you know what they say.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right, we're going to break. Go to break.
When we get back, we'll finish this conversation.
What's up, y'all? I'm DeMarcus Beasley, and you're listening to The Peel.
Oh, wow. Way to be live and do that.
I'm a minion.
So, welcome back to the show that is The Peel.
That was my warning sound siren for these two about to go at it again. And go!
I don't know. I think I've already said what I wanted to say on it.
Welcome back to The Peel. We're live on YouTube, maybe still. We are live on KTXF, DB The Real, part of the Texas Sports Review Network. You can also find us on Twitter at The Peel 05, The Peel 2005. Also check us out on our website, thepeellive.com, where we also have our feeds to show anything that's from Dynamo Theory, anything from the Dynamo, all that good stuff. Here at 8th Wonder, and also definitely check out dynamotheory.com, where you can check out all of Derek's stuff. He posts almost daily on there with articles. Him, Alicia.
You do?
I said almost.
Carson
for Down the Valley, or not
the
Down
Bull and its Horns.
The Bull and its Horns, excuse me. Yeah, so picking back up where we were at, why not Will Bruin over Kubo?
Oh, Lord.
Because
I don't have enough time for this show to finish on this note.
Because it'll be more of the same thing. We're struggling with Kubo, and you want somebody that plays almost the same as him. He's not going to thrive.
No.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I want him back by any means. No. I'm saying that if you're guaranteed a starting position, what's going to make you want to try for it anymore? Because these guys out here are playing lights out. Dylan Remick's a prime example of that right now. And every time he's on the pitch, I mean, the dude's almost flawless.
Yeah.
Or Nate Jacob.
So let's switch gears just a little bit. I threw my
stars off make you look like a Seattle fan.
Hey, we're trying to switch gears here.
I throw up my lineup out there. Who do you want to see Sean start tonight?
Do I want to see?
Yes.
Or who am I predicting that we will see?
Not what we're predicting. What do you want to see as a fan?
Kyoto, Maro, Elise, Tomas, Cabezas, Alexander. That's 3-3. And then Remick.
Yes.
Machado.
Yes.
Senderos. That's easy though because there's really not much other choice. Yeah, I mean, I can't even Kevin Garcia.
Ooh.
And Callie Brown. No, I'm just kidding. Joe Willis.
Joe Willis.
Actually, I'll be honest. I would not be opposed to seeing Callie Brown. He is fantastic, and I feel like he's out of form because he hasn't played in so long.
This is the one match I don't want him to play.
Yeah, I agree.
But the thing is, right, is they never gave him a chance this season, and now they really need him. What happens if Willis goes down with an injury or something?
Well, I mean, he was playing. He was having matches at RGB. It's just the fact that they didn't make it to playoffs, and so he's been in the offseason.
And he's signed to an MLS contract, so he is the backup keeper.
The backup.
Well, yeah. Well, no. Well, he's the backup keeper right now because we don't have a starter technically.
He's a backup keeper.
Yeah, and then we have that pool keeper that came in this week.
That was actually a really cool article.
Hebner.
Heavner. You know what I think? You know what I think MLS should do is they should do it just like the NHL. Just put an ad out there. Hey,
see,
if
the
you've
problem
ever
is
played goalkeeper ever.
You threw that reference out there, and not a single person listening to this podcast knew anything of what you were referring to when you said NHL. I love hockey.
Soon enough.
Oh, hopefully.
Hey, Josh, who's your team? That's right.
He already gave us it. Oh, damn. Hey, Josh, I would like to hear your 11.
I mean, it's not like his team's doing any better either. So. I kind of like your 11, to be honest with you. No, I'm gonna say, honestly, I'm gonna just change the top 3 a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna say Maro. I'm gonna go Kubo. I'm gonna go Elise, and only mainly because I want Kubo to just pull out the defenders, just do what you
so it's clear. If it wasn't what I want to see as a fan, that would be my lineup. If that's pretty much what I expect to see, actually. So just so it's clear.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to see because it worked kind of against. It worked against Portland. Who's to say it can't work against Seattle? Mid's gonna be obviously Martinez, Eric Alexander, and Cabezas. Back for Dylan Remick, Machado. We got Senderos again. Ani Baba, man, I don't know, man. That's everyone. I'm gonna go Ani Baba just because. I mean,
okay. I agree. I agree with the way you feel. I do, but the last couple games he hasn't been horrible, as bad as he was in the regular season. I mean, when he got his minutes in the regular season, he was
stepped up.
It seems like people have heard, his starting position is supposed to be a center back, but he kind of plays the wing back a little bit better, though.
Ani Baba?
Yeah,
absolutely.
He came to us as an outsider.
Did he? And then we tried him at center back at some point.
Yeah, because
was that this year or was that last year?
He prefers to play center back.
Yeah.
And we don't prefer him to play center back.
He's fine.
He's about 50-50 either way.
I think
it's
he's
just
right
his
back.
passing.
He does the job.
That's it. He does good
occasionally
stuff.
makes bad decisions. He occasionally makes bad decisions.
I'm also not opposed to having Remick as right back and DMB as left back.
Ooh, no.
I want to try it next year, depending on our depth at right back. Speaking of what, because I kind of said earlier what lineup I wanted, which the top 3, or not wanted, but I think it's Manotas, Kubo, and Elise out wide. But what I want, and I said this earlier, is I want Kyoto, Sanchez, and
I didn't even consider that. Yeah,
Sanchez and Elise, because that is, like I said, Golden State Warriors lineup of death. It's so much speed and creativity. There's no coming back from that.
That's my top 3 for the final 15 minutes of this match. Just so it's clear. Because by then the Seattle defense is worn out and ready to call it a game.
I'm just hoping we don't get any more injuries.
I don't want any more yellow cards either. I really can't afford
Well, then again, we do get pro refs.
With that being said, and I don't remember if I read this off earlier.
You did.
But yeah, I mean, all the guys that are on yellow.
Yeah, you did. You read them off. You read them off as I was walking.
The good thing is that Ladero and Roldan are also both on yellows.
Yes, correct.
So
Roldan doesn't bother me as much as Ladero.
No, but what I'm saying is get them in a vulnerable position to get a foul. They're out next match.
Yeah.
Give you some. I mean, it's kind of dirty, but sometimes you do have to play like that.
Okay, so Lodero is CDM, right? Lodero is a CDM, right?
Central City FC Way.
Okay, that can actually work in your favor just because of the fact how we play counterattack style. So, if push comes to shove, Lodero, I bet you anything that he's just one little play where we have the break. He's gonna create what they call the tactical foul, and that'll give him the yellow to get him suspended. I'll bet you anything that's gonna happen.
I am debating if I want to move on to our next topic because we actually overstood this.
Well, we are kind of running out of time.
I have a question, and this is a legitimate question for this match. Who do you want to shut down more from the Dynamo perspective? Do you want to shut down Lodero or Clint Dempsey more? If you're telling Alexander and Cabezas who to mark, who are they marking?
It's got to be Deuce.
It's got to be Deuce the way he's playing right now.
As much as I want to say Ladero,
based on form, I agree with you.
Deuce has played well last week.
Deuce is playing really, really well right now, and Nico is not what he was. He's good, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't.
Yeah, he's not the player he was last year.
Okay, now my question is.
I think we have a better shot.
Hold on. I think you shut down Lodero because if you shut down the guy giving the ball to your forwards, then you shut down Deuce at the same time.
And let it be known that Deuce will get frustrated if he doesn't get the ball, and he will come back to midfield. So I agree completely with you.
And that's what I was going to get at right now. Is do you find it easier to shut down Deuce or to shut down Lodero, or what is it, Lodero, right?
Lodero, yeah.
Okay. Just through the fact that with Deuce, all you have to get is get in his head, and he's going to be out of it really quick.
So just so everybody knows, if you are headed to the match and you want to get there early, go ahead because they have the Columbus versus Toronto game on the Jumbotrons in the stadium.
Nice. Speaking of that, before
so
we
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, all right, cool, we're into the podcast here.
The match has started officially. No Giovinco tonight, and no Josie out the door tonight.
Well, Josie was on a red, so there was no way he was playing.
But do you think? I mean, the easy answer is yes. But do you think Columbus takes full advantage of this tonight, and do you see them beating Toronto pretty single-handedly tonight?
No.
Not single-handedly.
No, not at all.
I mean,
I see them winning, but not like a blowout.
I think everybody tends to forget with Toronto that they actually have very solid depth. We just don't see it very often because their starters are so good. But I think you're going to see tonight that it's not going to matter.
Hussein Ricketts is, I mean, that guy is, he has to be a starter.
He is. He's starting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're the Houston of the East.
Columbus is hot. They've won their last 10 of the regular season.
Everyone thought Atlanta was going through. They stopped Atlanta.
You know what though? I think a lot of their success right now is centered on Stefan. If Stefan isn't playing out of his mind, which is what Seattle had last year with Fry, if Stefan isn't playing out of his mind right now, Columbus are not in the playoffs. Well, they're in the playoffs, but they're not at this stage of the playoffs. If Stephen Fry last year wasn't playing out of his mind, Seattle did not make MLS Cup and did not win MLS Cup, obviously, because it was a penalty kick shootout that he literally became known as a household name. 2 posts, by the way.
So,
double post. Double post. Ouch. Yeah, absolutely.
So, before we go take our next break, where do you see that series going? Who advances out of the East?
Oh, Toronto. I've already said that. Like, I've said that for 6 months.
I know.
Hold on, let me pass it to Derek so he can give you another answer.
Okay. Yeah. I think it will be Toronto. I want it to be Columbus.
I think everybody wants it to be Columbus. But it's nothing against Toronto.
And I think it'll be closer than people think. I think it'll be, they'll win by a goal or 2.
Agreed. Completely 100%.
Josh?
I think it'll be a away goal, just so you know.
We'll take Columbus.
Essen?
I say Columbus as well.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Columbus. I think Columbus is gonna advance.
I think they do take advantage. I don't think they single-handedly beat up on Toronto, but I do think they get out with this win.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2-1, 3-1, and they go in Toronto and just bunker it.
I mean, look at what Toronto did at home against New York. I mean, look, they're capable of.
Excuse me.
They're,
We have fans here.
We have an interruption
By the
here.
way, thank you, Eric Weiss, for providing our equipment.
Yes,
Weiss
absolutely.
Productions.
Provide the original equipment, but y'all are very welcome.
Using the original equipment. That's right there. Yes.
Memories.
When we get back, we'll round up. We'll close the show. We got last 15 minutes of the show. Then we got to pack up, go get drunk.
Half-price food ends in like 15 minutes, so we need to hurry.
I'm checking out after this break. Josh out with you.
All right, Josh out.
Love you guys.
Yep. Later, Josh. That's okay. We wanted Derek to have your microphone anyways.
Said no one
Dude,
ever.
I don't even get a happy birthday from you.
I just gave you a bottle and a happy birthday.
I was seeing how far along he was. I bet you if I ask him later when he's drunk, I might get something more out of it.
I can't. Sadly enough, I can't. I gotta be at work early tomorrow.
Guess who's off? This guy. Anyway, when we get back, we'll talk more about this match. We'll talk more about.
You need to hurry up.
Shut the hell up.
It's 7:15. We're
I'll go
already
on
late
break.
for our break.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Andrew Wanger, and you're listening to The Peel.
Whoa! Holy mother! And we're back.
You rushed me. Welcome back to the Peel. Derek is still here, which is epic.
Yeah, Derek's the man. Derek's like, I get in late, and he ends up here. It's no big deal.
You're listening to us on YouTube. Still, maybe, possibly. I gotta re-edit that. You'll have a nice video tomorrow.
If you are still listening on YouTube,
yes.
Thank you. That's impressive.
We are live on KTXF DB The Real
via the TuneIn app, and please download the TuneIn app if you were watching on YouTube, so
Yes.
you can actually listen to us the way we're supposed to sound.
Talking Stros are back on there as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I saw the tweet today. Yeah.
They're on there for the off season.
Yeah, well,
We'll see if that continues after that.
back on there. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ThePeel05, Facebook, ThePeel2005, our website, ThePeelLive.com.
Yep.
DynamoTheory.com, where you can see all of Derek's stuff. Alicia, the boss lady. That's what I call her.
The boss lady.
The boss lady. Down here at 8th Wonder, typical spot for us, off and on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
That's what we were going to talk about. Some other news. U.S. men's national team, we'll spend about 5-10 minutes on it. It was on the notes.
That's
You
its
said
own
okay.
episode at this point.
No. What did you guys think about the team and how they played against
About damn
Portugal?
time
the young
McKinney got to
guys?
start. That's my thoughts.
McKinney looked good.
About
McKinney
damn
looked
time
damn
McKinney got
good.
to start.
Never call up Harvat again.
Horvath.
Yes.
Oh my God, that goal. Oh my God.
So, okay, I
Not
said
even
this.
I.
Did I not say before this
No, you
match
did.
that this was a mistake?
Yes.
This
Yes, you
was
did.
just asking for something bad to happen. He was demoted by his club team for a good reason. You don't go turn and start him as an national team
It's
starter.
funny because prior to that screw up, he didn't look bad, and then that goal, like the whole play played out in slow motion, and he still allowed the ball to bounce the way it did and go into the net.
But see, that's what happens when you don't have the
Confidence.
the correct posture in order
Oh,
to
yeah.
cradle
No.
that ball. You're
He
always,
won't get a call. Jesse Gonzalez will start the next friendly for the U.S. men's national team.
and even then I'm like,
That's another shot. This is the U.S. men's national team. Are you kidding me?
I am kidding you. No, I'm not.
Next thing you know,
actually.
you're going to end up calling William Yarborough as well.
Probably my
Probably
biggest,
better than
my biggest dark spot on the whole.
I mean, wait. Okay, I got to interject.
Okay.
So, this is a U.S. men's national team. Let me add something to flavor that conversation a little bit more.
Yum.
2 words. Bill Hamid. I'm out. I'm done. Drop the mic. Because they'll call up a guy that's made tons of mistakes for the national team and continues to do so. Bill Hamid has had atrocious
So,
games.
let me ask you
We have
this.
seen so much
So
from
even
Bill.
in FIFA.
We've seen so much from Bill Hamid with the Dynamo, and maybe that's just the Dynamo being so good against DC United.
Oh yeah.
I've never been impressed with Bill Hamid. I've never.
He started decently, but he's always had a positioning issue.
positioning, he makes mistakes.
He makes mistakes, mental mistakes.
Yeah. It's a lot of that's positioning, but sometimes it's distribution, just how soon you take a dive.
You mean you don't like when a goalkeeper kicks it to the opponent that's standing right in front of him and then lets the opponent score?
No, I don't.
I thought that was commonplace in MLS. Sorry.
Well, in MLS.
So overall, how would you judge essentially all the young guys playing? I mean, to me, if you take out the veteran guys, the young guys themselves gotta give at least a B to.
Yes.
They look good.
They
had an energy that they haven't had in a while.
They were playing for something. And I think that's the difference. I know that sounds really crazy when you're talking about a team that just, they were playing for a World Cup. But the U.S. went into that match believing that they had earned their World Cup. That you could tell by the way that they played, they believed they had already earned their World Cup, and all they had to do was just phone it in. This match, those players coming in, those young players, they had something to prove.
Yeah.
They had something they were playing for, which was their careers, not just their national team, but their careers. And it showed. There was more heart and more determination and more grit out of those youngsters than we saw in the veterans.
That strike from McKinney, though.
Oh
my God.
So that's something that you brought up, Sean, that's really important, and that's guys that are really young. They're not just competing for, not just their career. They're competing against everybody else, which is incredibly important. So they know that they've got to go up against these veteran guys for playing time, and they're happy for it. That's why when you see young guys get subbed on for anything, they go hard.
Yep.
By doing that, they make mistakes, but they learn from those mistakes.
Absolutely.
But there's so much effort in what they do, which is, I think, they should.
Yep. I agree with you.
Also, we'll close that. Portugal did draw to the U.S. men's national team 1-1. Pretty good performance from the young guys. Mine's Horvath. Hopefully Jesse Gonzalez gets a start. And I think it is a very good jumping off point from here forward. And from here, I don't see a reason why you call back a Clint Dempsey or some of these guys, unless it's a send-off as thank you for your service, time to go. Here at home in Connecticut like they did Night of Donovan. But
okay, I'm going to completely disagree with that. I think there is a place. I mean, look at the way that the Dynamo played when they had Vicente and they had Beasley and they had Rico to come in as veterans and kind of show the young guys how to play, how to perform, how to be professional, all of that.
Get out of my head.
I think.
Well, okay.
We've had the same thoughts the entire night.
Maybe in a friendly or Gold Cup, but when it comes to a meaningful game, I mean, no.
Okay, that's a good point because environment and what you're playing for matters. When you're playing for friendlies and things, you don't necessarily have to call up some of these guys.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, U.S. men's national team, it's out of a pool of players.
Correct,
it's not like these guys are set for anything. But I think there is value in having them, say, like a Clint Dempsey coming off the bench type of thing, like you said, Vicente Sanchez, and just what they can mentor some of these people, getting in their headspace.
At the very least, you're calling them up, even if you don't intend to play them very much at all. Just like Beasley was called up this year, and he didn't play very much, but he was there for his veteran presence. It's the same thing with the U.S. men's national team. They do need that. However, there are some players, Michael Bradley, that I wouldn't bother calling up because they're useless at this point because, frankly, I'm done with them.
So,
but Deuce, I agree with you.
Jonathan Gonzalez, I can't wait for the U.S. soccer to call him up. I think he's a really good, promising player that we really need to call up before Mexico decides to get him. And I saw the game he had against Tigres. It hurts me to say it, but he's a wonder kid in the midfield.
So we see a future of McKinney, Gonzalez, and Pulisic. Okay, cool. I'm good with that.
Yes.
There's our midfield.
I do want to touch on something that is more sombering tonight. Tonight, EBTA and Brickwall Firm, as well as the rest of the stadium in the 10th minute, will be honoring Memo Morales. He was EB's co-founder.
Oh, yeah.
Or co-founder, excuse me. And he recently passed away. So tonight at the 10th minute, they are going to get the entire stadium to sing Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. So if you're there tonight, definitely join in. If you don't know the words, Google it. If not, just
you have an hour.
You do have an hour.
Find the karaoke.
Find the karaoke.
So definitely get loud for him. 10th minute, know it, memorize it, sing along with everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sucks. But let's honor him tonight with a win and sing the 10th minute. What's
Man,
up?
that just dragged the entire show.
I know, but I wanted to touch on it. I did want to touch on it. I came across on Twitter today.
Well, yeah.
And the Dynamo posted about it.
I probably should have brought that up some other point, but okay.
I think it's a really good gesture by the
Oh, it
Dynamo
is.
to do.
And it is deserved, for sure. It is deserved, and it isn't. You know, it's the type of thing that the Dynamo as an organization need more of from their supporters, which is the unity between the supporters groups, which is that kind of history building, almost in a way. Because there is a lot of history there, but it's not necessarily a great history between the supporters groups. And so having something like this where the supporters groups are all getting together, they're all bonding together, they're all banding together to do something of this nature, it's needed because it also, like I said, and it's a history thing, right? Look at Liverpool with You'll Never Walk Alone. I mean, or You Never Walk Alone. You'll never? Nope. Anyways.
You'll Never Walk Alone.
Yeah.
Two others get relegated too. I think that's really good because they're sticking with history, but it's also they're making history.
Correct.
And
that's what I mean, yeah.
What's I think important for them, the Dynamo, to do is connect with their supporters,
Correct.
which there has been a disconnect with them for so long.
For a while.
It just...
That's a whole show into itself as well.
Yeah, I mean, just these kind of little gestures, they add up, and that's what makes an atmosphere, is
Absolutely.
how your organization can connect with the supporter groups, with its fans in a way which, time to time, things just kind of feel empty.
Yeah.
It's an empty gesture.
Yep.
But there's meaning here.
Correct.
We need more of it. So.
Yep. I
So,
agree with you.
close out the show. How y'all feeling now? Good, better, nervous?
I'm ready to
Didn't
go
ask you.
jump
Bring
into
on
a
the
ditch.
Sounders.
I'm ready to go jump into a ditch after that conversation. Sheesh.
So,
No, I'm feeling the same way I was. 1-1. I really do. I think it's a draw.
1-1, 2-1.
2-0.
2-0?
2-0.
2-0. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. So to everybody that did listen to us outside of all our issues with that speaker out there in our YouTube show, thank you for joining in.
And tune in.
Yeah, I think that one's working okay.
Well, but I'm just
Well,
saying,
okay,
you said thanks for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in on Tune In.
Sorry, Justin.
Tuning in live.
Yes, there you
In
go.
person. That's what I say.
Well, but he mentioned YouTube, so
Oh, that too.
that's why I had to throw it in there. YouTube.
But we are closing up shop. We are heading to the match for Edson, Derek, and Sean. I'm Justin.
And Josh.
And Josh.
Who's back in traffic?
He's back in traffic.
Like it's
Thank you
traffic.
again, and we will talk to you guys next week.
And
Wednesday, by the way.
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
yes.
Let's-
I want to give a huge welcome to my friends, even though they're Seattle Sounders fans.
No.
They made the trip
No.
from they made the trip.
Wow, you muted him.
I didn't, you know.
They made the trip from all the way down from RGV.
No, that's cool.
So-
There are cool Seattle fans. Not those guys, but there are cool ones out there.
All right, so until next
I
Wednesday,
don't even know
guys.
who they are. I just gave them crap, though.
Let's go Dynamo and Forever Orange.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.